Good morning, everybody. Doug Lane here, Fast Lane Car Care. I'm going to show you my new box. It is a, let's see here. Let me get my little paperwork here. So it is a Cornwell CTBF47KMK matte black. It's a 6-drawer flip top cart with power drawer. Pretty much, you know, probably thinking like, what do you need all this stuff for to tint windows? Well, I also do my own work on stuff. I don't take on customers really. I mean, I might help a neighbor or friend or something like that, but you know, I got my tent pouch here. It just kind of sits in here overnight because, you know, most of the day I'm wearing it. We got my Cornwell picks down here. We got some impact sockets, 1/4 inch, 3/8. We got some 1/2 inch stuff. It's kind of a conglomerate with all kinds of different, you know, we got Tecton screwdrivers. We got some old Craftsman screwdrivers. We got some Cornwell screwdrivers, the old style, you know. Same with sockets. We got some Sun-X. We got some these are Duralast AutoZone swivels. You know, we got some Icon impacts, etc., etc. But here we go. At first, I wasn't really thrilled about this split top design, and I really kind of wrote this box off. I'm not gonna lie, I wrote this box off because of it, because I wasn't sure how I'd lay this out. But it actually works out pretty well. Let me show you the top before we get too invested. Flip top, real nice. It's got, this is painted. This isn't like a vinyl or anything like that. It's painted. And you guys have seen my videos. I've been working out of this deal here. This is what I had when I was mobile. Right? I just had this pack out box and I had stuff. Well, it just got to the point where I had too much stuff. You know, when I need something, I got to dig through here, and then half the time it's like, you know, you spend a lot of time trying to find stuff. What's cool is I can lock the top of this box and I can still use my drawers, or I can leave the top open and lock it. Now the drawers are locked, but the top is not, you know what I mean? So pretty flexible. You can use these independently. So why that's important to me is, you know, I was working out of this Harbor Freight box, but when this lid is closed, your drawers are locked. So then let's say you got your film up here, because that's, you know, what you're cutting for your current car or whatever. Now you gotta like try to do one of these where you hold it and then lift the lid and hope nothing falls off. Way better design. So up here, I got my extra Sharpies. I got a, this is an OTC wiper arm puller. A lot of times up here in Ohio, even if a car is only a year or two old, SUV, their wiper arm will be just rusted on there, and you've got to get a 2 or 3 jaw puller, and it's a pain to sit there and try to hold the jaws on while you do this. You know, while you use the puller. This is going to work out a lot better. Way more simplistic design. And why I take some of the wiper arms off, it just makes it way easier to get your film in there. You know, if you can pull that wiper arm off, and then you can lay your film on the back glass and you don't have to worry about that wiper arm. I've got this little guy because I really didn't know where else to put it. My squeegee sharpener, which I honestly never use. Tape measure, use all the time. Measuring out film, measuring out strips. I got a handful of, these are Honda tabs, but you know, they're pretty much the same as what you'll find on a lot of other makes and models. This I just picked up when I got the box. It's a blue ion slim light. This thing is stupid bright. It will burn your retinas. But why I got it was for back glasses. So you can sit this in these tight deck lids. My Milwaukee light and my other light are sometimes just too thick. You can't get, you know, you'll have a deck lid that kind of curves over and your light sitting here shining up, and so you're not really getting that, you know what I mean? So a couple other lights. This one, really handy. I use this when I'm working on cars sometimes. This one actually doesn't have batteries in it. It's just like a Home Depot, you know, whatever. It actually works pretty well. The magnet kind of sucks. So if you're working on something that's like got new, fresh metal, it'll stick just fine. But if you got something that's got a little layer of surface rust on it or whatever, it doesn't want to stay. This is a socket set that I left in my pack out box for doing mobile work, because obviously if I lose a $20 Craftsman kit, I'm not going to be upset, as opposed to losing like a $200 Cornwell set. This side, this is the only part that doesn't make sense to me. So you got your slots here. I'm guessing it must be for pry bars, but then there's no holes cut out here. So I don't know if you're supposed to cut your own, or I guess you really can't, because your handles are probably going to be too thick to close, but maybe you're supposed to just drop them down. I don't know. Anyway, little tray. I got this, I think it's a foot. I think it's a 12-inch extension. I don't know, it doesn't say, but it doesn't fit with the rest of my extension, so it lives up here. Extra Sharpies. I got my Bluetooth. These are ISO tunes. These are old. They work great though. I get a ton of phone calls, so sometimes I'll just leave these in, and that way I can answer calls and take down stuff while I'm working. Scotch Extreme double-sided tape. A lot of times we will get cars that have like aftermarket remote starts or alarms or whatever, and they always mount those stupid antennas up there by the rear view mirror or somewhere up on the top of the glass, and we need to take those off when we do windshield strips or full windshield. So the Extreme tape, I mount these back up on the customer, or for the customer. I mount those back up when I'm finished. Fusion Afterburn tape. This stuff is amazing. You put this on the end of your heat guns. I'll show you. Heat guns, torches, anything else that gets hot, but basically this just insulates this tip, so you will be, you know what I mean, you're way better off. If you touch that after you've been using it, it takes longer for you to get burnt. You will get burnt if you hold on to it. You will get burnt, but it takes a lot longer. So the awesome thing about this box that I love is not only, I don't know why I set that up there, but you've got your 4 110 regular, you know, plugs. Then you've also got your 2 USBs. I just leave my Bluetooth speaker plugged in, and then like at night or whatever when I leave, I just lay it down here. So this is really, you know, the beauty of it. You've got another 4 outlets down here and another 2 USBs. So I've got my Milwaukee charger, I've got my bit set, got, you know, a couple spare batteries, got my 3/8" stubby, and then this little guy here just pretty much hangs out with a 10mm magnetic for pulling door panels. Super simple. I need to get a ratchet for also breaking down door panels and taking those windows out, little back quarter windows and stuff. This is my tent drawer. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted another box, was for efficiency. So windshield stuff, like little pry bar for forward windshield or rear view mirror removal, the Ford factory pry tool that's missing this end, which is why I have a pry bar. T20 Torx. It's a Tecton, made in USA. Like I said, T20, most common one you're going to run into for removing rear view mirrors. Magnetic Phillips, Cornwell. You're going to use that for, you know, door panels and stuff. Icon 1/4" flex. I crapped on this for a long time. I hated this thing, and that's actually why I had it in my mobile box, just because I wanted a flex head and I wanted one that was a little bit longer than that Craftsman. But actually what I ended up doing, because I made a video on how it sucked, I actually pulled this all apart and I degreased it, and then I just used oil instead of grease, and it's ran fine ever since. I still wouldn't buy another one. Scrapers, different scrapers. I've got carbon blades here for Olfos. I've got NT cutter stainless blades. I've got a spare knife. I've got, you know, more scrapers, 1-inch stainless blades, single edge, plastic blades. I don't know what this yellow squeegee's called, but I have one and I never use it. A couple bottles of Elmer's clear school glue. If you know, you know. Go Doctor, hate this thing, but it actually works really well for scraping off old window tint on back glass. I got the Reach tool. It's down here. I almost never use it, but when you need it, you need it. Bar soap for back glasses. Pretty much I use dryer sheets now, but still good to have. Red line extractor on a Fusion long handle. I don't really care for the red line. Squeaky Monkey, rewind, raw, cleaning windows, spare tri-edge, spare shank, chiseler, mallet for tapping off those forward mirrors. Best way I found to do without breaking them. Fusion, turbo, pro, red. Works great. I don't really use it a whole lot. Orange Crush, spare Orange Crush, couple of red Bondo cards that are felt wrapped that are pretty old, but they still work, so you know, throw them in there. Panel removal tool, enough said. Pick, obviously, lots of uses for that. Some custom. These are Amazon Blue Max. Well, it was an Amazon Blue Max squeegee, and then it's been cut into multiple pieces. Whatever this thing's called, this is also an Amazon special I got with like a basic tent toolkit or whatever I bought years ago. Needs no introduction, the bulldozer, you know, steel wool house wrap tape. If you know, you know. You're gonna need that stuff. A little baby flathead screwdriver. Sometimes you'll need that too. And then the rest is pretty much just extra stuff. You know, extra screwdrivers, Allens, Torx, drill bits, wrenches, ratchet wrenches, obviously. What we got here? Electrical stuff. So I got my scan tool. I actually use this quite a bit. You know, test light, stuff like that. I don't use this stuff on customer cars, except for this. I will scan cars, especially if somebody gives me a bad feeling. I will scan it, because with this tool, you can screenshot or email yourself a report. So you can scan a car, like, you can scan the car, and let's say it has no engine lights or whatever. You know, you can pull it in, scan it, and then when you leave, you can do the same thing. And then, you know, that way you have proof. If a customer says, oh, well, you did this or that, or you must have shorted out my computer, or, you know, whatever, you can say, well, no, you already had that check engine light when you came in, or you already had this code when you came in, or whatever. So it wasn't us. This can save your bacon. This is like $300-400 bucks. You can get better ones, you can get cheaper ones, but it'll save you in the long run. Pliers, brake flutter toolkit, spare heat gun, you know, stuff that really doesn't matter for window tint. But like I said, I do my own stuff. So this one down here, we just got the SunX Master 1/4-inch impact socket set. So there you go. That's my Cornwell box. I'll show you the sides too. I just hang my bottles on the handle. You know, Windex, ATR adhesive remover. Stuff works great. This is LA's totally awesome. It works pretty good for removing adhesive. If one of these three can't get it off, it's not coming off. But then I just stick my M12 or M18 Rover light on the side here, because it's just kind of too big and bulky to put anywhere else, and I use it all the time. So show you, I mean, the back doesn't really matter, but here's how it plugs in. You got one cord that comes out, and then I just got it plugged in here. So if I ever decide I want to move it, you know, I want to roll it around to the other side or whatever. I wasn't really sure how this was going to work out, because I was like, man, I don't want to be dragging a cord around. But then I thought, you don't need to charge your batteries all day, or at least I don't. You know what I mean? So I really don't need to drag this around all day. So if I want to move it over there, like let's say we're going to wash a car or something over here and I don't want to get my box splashed, I can just roll it over there, just disconnect the one plug. My Bluetooth speaker will die. You know what I mean? And my charger's going to turn off. Not a big deal. For the money, I think it's a great deal. Obviously your financing and everything's going to depend on your credit score, and if you roll over, you know what I mean, if you already have money on your credit account, your truck or your tech account or whatever, you know what I mean. But let's just, you know, give you the numbers that he gave me. Basically you're looking at like $23 a week or something like that, like I said, depending on if you put money down or whatever, and your credit score. So like 23 bucks a week for however many weeks. Now if you're gonna do, if you know anything about tool trucks, you probably already know that, yeah, they have some pretty ridiculous interest. So you need to be aware of that, and you need to try to pay it off before you get hit with the interest rate, because even if you're at their best, at their lowest interest rate, it's still like 9%. So it's awesome, you know what I mean, that you can get a nice box like this. And when you have everything laid out in an efficient manner and you're more efficient, you're going to make more money. So you can kind of justify that. That's how I did it. Like, perfect example right here. If I'm messing around trying to get something out of this and I knock over my film, or, you know, it's just, oh, you got to sit here and try to do this, try to get that one oddball tool out of here that you might need once in a blue moon. It's taking time that you could be spending here knocking out a car. So that's why I bought it. Not to be cool, not because it's Cornwell, you know, I could have got another Harbor Freight box or whatever, but these hold their value way better than a Harbor Freight box will. They hold up better than a Harbor Freight box will. Honestly, this thing, even after it's brand new, the lid struts like don't work right. And I know somebody's gonna be like, well, you could just lube them up, or you could do this or that. I shouldn't have to. When it comes out of the box and 2 days later it's already worn out, and like, no. And these drawers, which I think, yeah, like they're real floppy, and you can tell when you put some weight in them, they're not happy. So I mean, look at that. This is just way tighter. It's not flopping around all over the place. I mean, you're gonna have, no matter what, you're gonna have some give and drawer slide, but the Harbor Freight boxes, in my opinion, at least the roll carts, great starter box, great. I mean, as long as you know what you're getting, they're not a bad deal. But if you want something that's gonna last for a long time, they're not it. And I know somebody's gonna argue with me, I don't care. But anyway, that's my new Cornwell box. That's how I got it set up for tent. Not completely done. I need to get a, you can see my shop towels here. I need to get another paper towel holder and put it there. I'll probably get a glove holder and also put it there so I can put my gloves on the side. I really don't use gloves very often, but you know, might as well just not have them taking up drawer space. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.